105. Not bad. There's a really cool test that your neurologist can do called the dynamometer. It's not a dinosaur, but the dynamometer is going to measure strength. Now, this dynamometer measures strength of the forearm. And so I wanted to share this with you because the question came in twice this week. We had a patient whose name is Thomas. One part of neuropathy is that you could have sensory nerve damage. So sensory nerve damage is going to show up as pain or lack of pain, like numbness. It might be tingling. It might be you can't feel cold, can't feel heat, et cetera, et cetera. So sensory nerve damage can be one part of neuropathy. But another part of neuropathy can cause damage to the motor nerves. Now, what are the motor nerves? So the motor nerves are the nerves that are controlling your muscles or that motor you around. So this is one of the tests that we can do in here. A lot of times people will say, my hands are weak. I can't hold a pen. I can't even hold my coffee cup. My feet are weak. I feel like I'm losing balance. My legs give out or whatever. That motor nerve damage can absolutely be a part of neuropathy. So let me go back to Thomas. When we first started just 30 days ago, we did the dynamometer, and let's see if I can mimic that. He went up to yep. Well, that's a little bit strong. He only went up to 42 pounds on the left, and I think it was a little bit stronger on the right. For males his age, we're probably looking around 80 or maybe 90. So he was probably about half of where he should be. Long story short, we decided to embark upon a care program. He's telling me about how much better he's feeling and the numbness and the tingling and even the burning is feeling better. But he also started mentioning, wow, my grip strength feels more. Holding the coffee cup is better. He's just feeling stronger. So since we evaluated that on day one, 30 days ago, I said, let's run it again. Let's see what happens. It's important to know he has not been lifting weights or exercising or pumping iron or anything. The only thing he's done is our neuropathy program. So as you would already know, we got him on a good special diet. We have him on a few supplements. We have him doing some at-home therapies. He's here in the clinic. We're doing work on the spinal cord, which is connecting brain to the hands, to the muscles, as well as down into the feet. So his score of 42, I think that's somewhere in the 40s, 42, 48, something like that, doubled. It went up to 96. So it went from 40 something to 96 within 30 days. That is such a cool study. And I wanted to share that with you because as your neuropathy expert, we got to know that your nerve damage is probably going to affect the sensory nerves, but it might also affect those motor nerves. So one of the things that you want to make sure your doctor does is evaluate the sensory nerves and then also evaluate these motor nerves. We should be evaluating, doing a series of treatments, whatever that is, and then reevaluating. And what we're looking for is progress. In Thomas's case, I would have been tickled pink if it went from 42 to 52. That's a significant improvement. But for this guy to double in his strength with no gym workouts or anything, just working on the muscles is huge. So I hope that makes sense when talking about neuropathy. It's important to think outside of just, ouch, my feet hurt, or geez, they're so numb, I can't even feel the gas pedal or the brake pedal. That's obviously important. That's going to make you feel really uncomfortable, especially if it feels like your feet are in a fire. But did your doctor ever correlate that it might also be what's causing your weakness, which could lead to balance problems, which could lead to legs buckling, which could lead to difficult time holding your cup, which could lead to difficulty in writing, because it's a high likelihood that if it's damaging your sensory nerves, it could also be damaging your motor nerves. So I hope that helps. I want you to leave a comment down below. Have you noticed any weaknesses in your upper extremities or in your lower extremities? Have you measured it? Have you started to see any differences with what sort of action you and your doctor are taking? Is gabapentin making you stronger? It might be numbing your sensory symptoms, but is it making you stronger? Leave your comments below. I'm very curious. I hope this helps. Take good care.